You might think buying a brand new home means peace of mind, fewer problems, and no surprises. But what if I told you some of the worst houses I've ever seen were brand new builds? Mold, flooring, structural issues, fire hazards. I've seen new homes falling apart within months of closing, and I'm not alone. There are now TikTok channels, websites, and legal groups all dedicated to warning buyers about national builders like D.R. Horton and Oakwood Homes. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what's going wrong and how you can protect yourself. I'm going to start by telling you about some real families who thought they were buying their dream home and ended up in a nightmare.
Anyone who wants to buy a home. If you're looking into D.R. Horton, just don't buy D.R. Horton and move on. Here's why. I have had so many issues with the home, like things that never should have been an issue that they did wrong from the beginning, and they don't want to fix their mess. They will not respond to you. It takes months and months of reaching out for someone to even respond to a text message, an email, a phone call, anything.
Do you guys remember a couple years back in late 2023 when D.R. Horton settled with residents of an entire neighborhood for $16.1 million? The class action lawsuit encompassed owners of 220 single-family homes, all constructed by D.R. Horton between 2012 and 2017. The homeowners' complaints were alleged defects in various components of their homes, from foundational issues to concerns about siding, framing, windows, doors, and veneers. Well, it's still going on.
I've seen a beautiful home, brand new as well. A couple of months later, the house starts falling apart. The walls are cracking, even this. The tile also starts cracking. Just a big mess.
And it's not just D.R. Horton, although I did find a lot of complaints about them. Here's a family in Colorado who bought a new house from Oakwood Homes. Within months, their floors started popping up, their garage flooded, and they found mold in their toddler's bedroom. When they called the builder, they were ignored. When they pushed harder, the warranty company completely ghosted them.
2 years ago, we bought what we thought was our dream home with Oakwood Homes in Colorado. And it has been nothing but a nightmare. We have had multiple major issues with our home. Major, we're talking major plumbing leaks, mold, like flooring popping up, the subflooring is uneven. Our garage has flooded. The room I'm in has flooded. It was full of mold.
And that's not the worst thing. The builder left insulation in the furnace that could have literally blown up their house.
We're paying $3,400 a month for this house, and it's falling apart, and they won't do anything about it. Well, our 2-year-old air conditioning unit went out a couple months ago, and so we got it serviced. I had people come out and fix it. It's only 2 years old. It's a brand new house. Well, there was insulation all up in our furnace, and the only way that could have happened is if, when the house was being built, they were negligent, insulation got in the furnace. So there's insulation all up in our furnace, which is a fire hazard. We have 2 young children. It could quite literally catch our home on fire when we turn the heat on. We're in Colorado.
This is absolutely heartbreaking. You can literally feel her pain and frustration. Then there was a couple with stucco cracks, window leaks, and a backyard that turned into a swamp. I can't make this stuff up. They were told the mold in their bedroom wasn't real because apparently mold doesn't grow on wood. I'm using quotes because, spoiler alert, that's not true. So how does this even happen? Well, the short version is these homes are built too fast with cheap materials by people who often don't have enough training and with almost no accountability. And it's not just your imagination. According to Harvard's Joint Center for Housing Studies, half of new homes in the United States are built by national builders, companies that care more about their shareholder profit than long-term quality. These big firms subcontract everything: HVAC, plumbing, framing, even concrete. And no one is really checking to make sure the job is done right. Inspectors that do find issues, sometimes they're fired and replaced with in-house people that will just rubber stamp everything. And as one builder famously said, "We only build homes to last 20 years. By then, the owners have moved or retired. Not our problem." That is a real quote from a real builder. Now, I know what some people are thinking. Well, older homes, they had lead-based paints and asbestos. Aren't newer homes safer? The truth is, not really. Yes, older homes had their flaws, but they were also built with better materials and actual craftsmanship. Older homes were framed with old growth lumber, dense, heavy, and moisture resistant. Today's wood comes from fast-grown farm trees. It's softer and it splits easily, and it's more vulnerable to mold and pests. And instead of using real plywood, many new homes are now built with OSB, oriented strand board, which is basically sawdust and glue. Your whole house is just particle board in disguise. So yes, we've improved building science, but the materials, the labor, the quality control, in my opinion, it's gotten worse. And that's why these houses are cracking and leaking and literally rotting from the inside out after just a few years after they're being built. And let me just say, not every builder is bad. Not every house is gonna have issues, but I'm here to warn you guys about potential things that are actually happening in our country. So what can you do to protect yourself? Because I'm not gonna tell you to never buy new construction, but if you're gonna do it, I want you to do it right. So here's what I tell every single one of my buyers. Number one, hire your own inspector. Never, ever, ever skip this. And don't rely on the builder's walkthrough. You need somebody working for you, not just the builder. And get multiple inspections during framing, before drywall, and again, at final. Now, I know this is an extra cost and you're already spending a lot of money on this house. To have your own inspection, it's gonna cost you a lot more money than if you just use the builders. And some of my clients, just being 100% honest, don't wanna do it. They just don't wanna spend the extra money. And if that's their choice, I'm not gonna force them. You gotta do what's right for you. And I get it, I do. But if you can't afford it, I do suggest you get your own inspector, especially during the final walkthrough, because they're gonna check everything and they're just gonna give you a punch list, which you can give to the builder, and they'll fix everything. If it were me, I would ask an inspector to bring a moisture meter, check the walls, make sure that there's no moisture in there, that their temperature is right, because there could be mold behind them. Number two, be involved. Show up on site. Ask questions. Ask to see behind the walls before they close them up. Ask for photos. The more visible you are, the fewer shortcuts they're likely to take. And number three, and this is really, really important, research the builder. This you can do on your own, and this doesn't have to cost you any money. Just do your due diligence. Don't just read their brochure. Google their name with lawsuit or mold or flooring. You'll be shocked what pops up. There are literally websites like drhortonsucks.net filled with horror stories and class action lawsuits. And if there is a builder that has a lot of lawsuits, you can go in your local jurisdictional website and look it up and see what they're being sued for and what the outcome was. That's also important. There's a lot of smaller builders, which actually I tend to prefer, that also have been sued in the past. But for what? What was the lawsuit about? Do your due diligence. And number four, consider smaller local builders. They usually have more at stake, care more about their reputation, and are often more flexible with materials and quality. Like I said, I really prefer these small local builders or even custom builders. And this is another thing I always tell my clients. When you're researching builders, ask them for references, for people that actually live in their houses, and talk to them. Ask them about the process. Ask them about the finished product. Ask them about any problems. These people are gonna tell you the truth because they're actually living in the houses. Number five, don't get distracted by finishes. Granite countertops and shiny hardwood floors are easy to fall in love with. But if the foundation's cracked or the roof leaks, these finishes, they won't matter. Focus on what's behind the walls. Because here's the truth. You shouldn't have to fight to get a safe home, especially when it's brand new. But the reality is, if you don't advocate for yourself, nobody else will. So whether you're buying new construction or considering a resale, do your homework, show up, ask questions, and never, ever assume that new means better. I've been doing this for over 2 decades. I know, I am that old. And I've seen it all. But the stuff I'm seeing lately, this is next level. And honestly, a lot of it, it's heartbreaking. If you have a new construction horror story, or if you're about to build and just want some advice, or if you want to chat, drop a comment below and let's talk about it. And if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and share it with anybody who's thinking about buying a new build. Because trust me, it can save them tens of thousands of dollars and years of regret. Remember the true stories that I showed you in this video. You don't want that to happen to you or anybody you know. And if you missed our video where we talk about how many people in our country have mortgages that are absolutely skyrocketing now in 2025, definitely check that out next because it's happening to a lot of people and it's pretty scary stuff. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.